You know what I'm just thinking is, there's probably not a lot of ex-vegans who are men, because during my 5.5 years of being a vegan, I didn't run into that many male vegans. So for me to be an ex-vegan who's male, I'm probably still of the minority. But yes, I was a vegan for 5.5 years. I was vegetarian for 7. And after I had started getting accustomed to learning what fish I can get away with having, because certain ones I still can't have because of my dyshidrotic eczema, which comes back if I have certain fish that have nickel or mercury in them. I thought, okay, well, Thanksgiving's coming up. My mom had got a smoked turkey there for Thanksgiving. Hey, why don't I try some of this turkey? Let's see if I want to just remain kosher vegetarian. Maybe I want to go back to eating meat, but just remain kosher. So I got, I'm gonna say it's about as much as these 3 fingers worth of turkey. It really wasn't much at all. So I start eating it, thinking, my first thought was, oh yeah, that's what turkey tastes like. It's pretty good. And as I was eating, I think, well, maybe I'll get some more. But as I chewed it, it was just too chewy. It felt like I was chewing on an animal. For me to eat eggs again, no problem. For me to eat fish again, no problem. But there was something about eating turkey, it just felt weird, and I wasn't that crazy about it anyway. So I ended up not getting any more. I was like, oh, that's good enough for me. And my mom actually, I was making some salmon anyway, and I had that, and I was happy about the salmon. I was happy about the fish. It was wild caught salmon, and I had that. Well, later on in the day though, I felt some rumbling going on. It was as if my stomach just really had issues digesting the turkey, even though it wasn't much at all. I didn't have those issues with the eggs or with the fish, but with the turkey, it just didn't quite digest, and I had issues digesting the turkey. So it does make me wonder if I were ever to think, hey, do I want to try some red meat again? It makes me wonder whether I could even digest it to begin with, since turkey was an issue. But you know, it's for me, I'm exploring. For right now, my label is definitely kosher pescatarian, eating certain kinds of fish that are more of the cleaner fish that won't cause me problems with my dyshidrotic eczema. But yeah, I think it's safe to say I could easily go the rest of my life without eating turkey, and I would be completely fine. Funny thing is, growing up, I was never excited about turkey on Thanksgiving anyway. My mom often started making lasagna because half of her heritage is Italian. And I was always more excited about the lasagna than the turkey anyway. So we'll see what happens, but as that an experiment, I just wasn't crazy about it. So I can't imagine that, I don't know, I could imagine that if I were to try red meat again, I wouldn't be that excited about it. And 2, just from the health perspective of it, knowing that I want to remain as healthy as I can, but cut myself a little bit of slack. And when we start talking about red meat, we start talking about, for me, things that I don't know that would sit well with my conscience, not just from the health aspect of it. So that's what it was like having turkey again after, 7 years. Just wasn't for me. And nothing against people who do eat turkey or that sort of thing. And it just, for me, it didn't click. So I can check that off my list. For right now, kosher pescatarian. That's still my label. Got comments? Right here.